Okay, so to this point, we've talked about systems of equations and solving using various methods, graphing, substitution, elimination. But the problems that you were given, most of them were just algebra problems with no context, okay? So here is some context to why we would use a systems of equations problem on kind of a small scale. All right, so Mrs. Zarobsky bought chocolate from her family from a fundraiser. She purchased 6 bags of M&M and Hershey bars in total. Okay, so one thing that's really important is recognizing key information. Okay, so I have 6 bags of M&Ms and Hershey bars in total. Each M&M bag costs $3, while each Hershey bar costs $2. And she ended up spending $16 on her purchase of 6 items. Okay, so when we're working with systems of equations, the totals matter. Okay, so we are looking for totals. That always is going to be your goal. Okay, and that's what we're going to do when we go through some examples later. But those are going to be kind of the setup that's required to write the system. So let's look at the table. So if I bought 0 M&Ms, the number of Hershey bars I would have bought is 6. Because remember, I purchased 6 bags of M&Ms and Hershey's total. Okay, so if I buy 0, 0 plus 6 is equal to 6. If I buy 1 M&M, that means that I bought 5 Hershey's. If I buy 2 M&M, I buy 4 Hershey's, and so on and so forth. So do you see how these two numbers always have to add up to 6? So now the total cost. The total cost, if I buy 0 M&Ms and 6 Hershey's, well, M&Ms are $3 each, whereas Hershey bars are $2 each. So I'm just going to take these numbers and I'm going to multiply them. So I'm going to take 0 times 3 plus 2 times 6. That's a total of $12. 1 times 3 plus 2 times 5, that's a total of $13. 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4, oh sorry, that was wrong. 2 times 2 plus 2 times 4, we're spending $14. Come on, pen. Thank you. 2 times, oh no, that was right. Sorry. Plus 2 times 4 is $14. Then 3 times 3 plus 2 times 3, we're at $15. So the pattern is going to continue. 4, 5 times 3, 6 times 3, and then 2 times 2 plus 2 times 1 plus 2 times 0 is equal to, it was $16, $17, and $18. So now how many bags of M&Ms and Hershey bars did I buy? So these are all the different combinations, but remember in the top scenario, she ended up spending $16 on the purchase. So if I look for where do I have a purchase of $16, here we are right here, $16, which tells me that I bought 4 M&Ms and 2 Hershey's. 4 M&M and 2 Hershey's. Okay, so here's the problem. When I get into scenarios, I don't always want to have to list out all of these different possibilities. It takes too long. So what we're going to do is write it as a system where I focus on what am I trying to look for. In this case, the variables that I'm trying to identify is the number of M&Ms and also the number of Hershey's that I buy. Okay, and we can use, instead of using X's and Y's, we can relate our variables using letters that make sense. We can use M for M&M's and H for Hershey's. The system of equations, we should always start with our totals. With totals. Okay, so I know I bought a total of 6 bars. Well, the 6 bars I got from taking M&M's plus the number of Hershey bars I bought. I know that I spent a total of $16. Well, how did I spend $16? I spent $3 per M&M plus $2 per Hershey. Okay, so if we take the totals and we start with those first, so these are your totals, then how do we get those totals? We use, and it's usually going to be sums where we're adding. We write those values as an expression on the other side. All right, so now we're going to solve the system showing all steps. So M plus H is equal to 6, and 3M plus 2H is equal to 16. Because these are already set up in standard form, elimination is probably going to be your best bet for to solve. So I'm going to eliminate the H's. So this has a positive 2 and this has a positive 1. So I'm going to take this equation, I'm going to multiply it by a negative 2 because I want the H's to eliminate. So I'm going to eliminate H first. Okay, so what ends up happening is we have negative 2M minus 2H is equal to negative 12, and then we have 3M plus 2H, I'm rewriting the second equation, is equal to 16. Go ahead and now add those two equations together. So I get M, the H's eliminate, is equal to 4. That means that 4 M&M's were purchased. So if I want to know how many Hershey bars I purchased, the first equation is probably the easiest, so I'm going to substitute that back in. 4 plus H is equal to 6, which means that H is equal to 2. So 2 Hershey's purchased. Okay, so that's how we can set up a system of equations using a scenario or in context. Okay, so we're going to look at another one really quickly, and then I'm going to ask that you do a couple of problems on your own. So we're going to look at, I don't want to do the duck problem, I want to do this money problem. Yeah, we're going to do number 5. Okay, so at the local convenience store, William and Sarah are getting snacks for their friends. William buys 3 soft drinks and 2 hot dogs. So William buys 3 soft drinks and 2 hot dogs at a cost of $7.70. Sarah buys 2 soft drinks and 1 hot dog at a cost of $4.55. How much did a hot dog cost? How much did a soft drink cost? Well, there you go. There are your 2 variables. They want to know how much is a hot dog, so we could call H is cost of hot dog. Hot dog. Whereas D is the cost of drink. Okay, so the system of equations, start with your totals. So what total values do we know? Well, we know that William, I'm going to write that over here, William, he spent a total of $7.70. Well, how did he get that? He had 3 soft drinks, so that's 3D, plus 2 hot dogs, so that's 2H, and spent the $7.70. Sarah buys 2 drinks. So my total was $4.55. There's my total, $4.55. And she bought 2 drinks and 1 hot dog for $4.55. Okay, so now we're going to go over here and we're going to solve the system using substitution. Or I'm sorry, using any method, but actually I'm going to use substitution in this case. Since I already have one of these variables has a 1, h, and I had that before, but, so we're going to use substitution. I wanted to show you elimination. You could use elimination in this one too, but because I'm working with some decimals, I'm going to use substitution this time. So I'm going to subtract 2D from both sides, which tells me that the cost of a hot dog, 1 hot dog, is $4.55 minus 2 drinks. So I'm going to take this H value and I am going to put that in for H in the first equation. So we're going to do 3D plus 2, and we're going to do 455 minus 2D is equal to 770. Okay, so then we're going to get 3D plus, let's see, 910 minus 2D. Nope, sorry, forgot to distribute. That's a common mistake. Make sure we're distributing all the way throughout. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4D is equal to 770. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to combine our like terms. So here's my 3D and negative 4D is negative 1D. I'm going to minus 910 from both sides. I'm going to pull out my calculator. So 770 minus 910. Oops, not 97. 770 minus 910. I get negative 1.4. So I'm going to divide that by negative 1. And so I get that a D, or a drink, is 1.4. Now remember, this is money, it's cost. So I'm going to add on a 0 on the end because it's $1.40. So that I know that a drink costs $1.40. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug that back into one of the 2 equations. I like the second one better since it has smaller numbers. So we're going to do 2 times $1.40 plus a hot dog cost is $4.55. So that's $2.80 plus a hot dog is $4.55. So if I subtract the $2.80, we're going to end up with a hot dog costs 5, 7, and 1, $1.75. Okay, and so that's how we could do a problem that's set up like that.